morning, students. In the previous class we have learned about what is computer network, what are its various advantages. Now in this lecture we are going to learn about different topics. The first one is structure of a communication network. So whenever we are considering about a communication network, so there are different several equipments that enable us to communicate through the network. So we can list these equipments in this topic. From all the equipments, the first one is, we can call it a DT, the DC, a communication channel. This is all about the overall equipments, overall categories of equipments that can be used in a computer network to communicate with different devices throughout the world in the network. So first of all, the question arises, what are DTs? DTs full form remains in DT. The full form of DT is data terminal equipments. So terminal equipments means what? The extreme endpoints of a computer network or communication channel. What we can say, the extreme endpoints of a communication channel or a computer network or communication channel is known as what? DTs. So DTs are data terminal equipments. For example, a computer, single personal computer can be a DT. So different type of networking equipment such as hub, these also can be a terminal equipments. Similarly, DC, data communication equipments. In this category we can find several equipments like hubs, switches, bridges. These are the communicating data communication equipments, or have forgotten a particular device which you are quite acquainted with is a DC, is a modem. Modem is also can be called as a data communication equipments. So how could we arrange these equipments? You can see in the figure, the DTs are at the extreme endpoints of the communication channel. Several DTs can connect to a single DC. Then a single DC can directly contact with another DC, which again in turn connects to number of DTs. And out of those several number of DTs, a particular number of DT from the sender side will communicate with the particular number of DT in the receiver side. You can see here the structure is given here. DT are the extreme terminals of the communication channel. Then after the DTs we have a DC again connected with the communication channel, and thereafter the communication channel or the medium connects with another DC. Then the DC is again connected to a DT. This is what about the structure of the communication network. Then we will discuss about the next topic, types of connection. The next topic is types of connection. So there are different types of communication connections in exists in between two communicating devices. So these connections can be classified into two main categories, that is point to point connection or a multi-point connection. There are two types of connections. One is a point to point connection, one is a multi-point connection. We can classify our connections into the communication. We can classify our connection for communication into two broad categories, that is a point to point connection and a multi-point connection. So see, first of all, what is a point to point connection? So a point to point connection is in a point to point connection, a direct link between the sender and receiver is established. Again I am telling you, a direct link between sender and receiver is established, that doesn't means we will have a dedicated channel. What do you mean by dedicated channel? A dedicated channel means what? A communication medium through which only two devices can communicate, that is the sender and receiver. That is dedicated. But I am not talking about, but we are not talking about dedicated channels, but a direct link, in the sense what? First of all, we have to reserve a path. That means the path is quite clear. The path will not be never busy to transmit a data. In a point-to-point network, whenever we are considering about a direct path, that means what? That there will be never a traffic between this sender and receiver, because the sender and receiver are reserved the path. After the communication is over, they can release the path, so that some other devices can occupy the channel and can safely transmit their data. But for the timing when they are reserved their paths, or they have reserved a channel, nobody other from the network can access the network. Only the sending device and the receiving device will access the channel. Otherwise, it is quite inaccessible to some each other device in the network. So, direct link is established before communication is started in a point-to-point network. It uses a dedicated link between the device. The entire capacity of the link is used for the transmission between these two devices. Again, it says that it is dedicated line. Dedicated line in the sense they have not the sender and receiver not permanently occupy the path, but only temporarily. And after their transmission is over, they will release the link, and some other device can access the device, can access the medium. That is what all about point-to-point network. Then whenever we are discussing about multi-point connections, so in multi-point or multi-drop connections, there will be no such dedicated or permanent links, direct links among the computers. Here, whenever we are considering about a point-to-point connection, we always consider about two systems. One is sending, one is receiving. But that means what? The data is always shared between two systems, that is sender and the receiver. That means what? The data is known to the sender as well as the receiver, and nobody else in the computer network can have an idea about the data. But what in case of multi-drop connection, here more than 3 computers can be allowed in the network. In this type of computer network, as you can see in the slide, a multi-point or multi-drop communication connection is a link between 3 or more computers. It is also known as multi-drop. It is also known as multi-drop configurations. The network having multi-point configurations are called broadcast networks. So multi-drop, we can call it a multi-drop connection, we can call it a broadcast connection also. So what happens in a broadcast connections? So in a multi-drop connection board, there will be 2 types of systems. One is a primary system, another is a secondary system. So what does the primary station mean for, and what are the secondary stations are doing in a multi-point connections? So actually the transfer of data generally occurs between a secondary system to secondary system, and the primary system is nothing but it is a monitoring system. That is, it monitors all the secondary systems. And what happens whenever a secondary station wants to send some data, it can only send the data with the permission of the primary station. That means what? If a secondary station wants to send some data, it must take a permission from the primary station. Primary station always allows the secondary stations to send data as well as receive data. That means whenever a station wants to send some data, then it takes permission from the primary station. And similarly, whenever a secondary station wants to receive some data, it also takes a permission from the secondary station. Here arises two terms. We will learn about these two terms detail in next chapters, but I will briefly explain about these two terms, that is pooling and select. Pool means what and select means what? These are the commands. Whenever some secondary station wants to send some data, it sends a request to the primary station. It sends a request to the primary station that I want to send some data. Then the primary station sends a command that you are permitted to receive some data by this signal called poll. Similarly, whenever a secondary station wants to receive some data, then the primary station sends a command to the secondary station that you are permitted to receive the data. That is called as select. So these are the terms. We will discuss about these terms in unit 3, because we will have a rigorous discussion about these two terms. And now for the time being, it is all about poll and selections. Now this is all about what? These are all about multi-drop or broadcast or multi-point connections. Next topic is data flow. Next topic is data flow. So data flow means what? We know that a computer network is all about handling data or sending. It is used to send data or store data in the cloud. So sending data from the sender to the receiver is the main idea or goal or purpose of a computer network. So data flow always defines what? Data flow always defines how, in which directions the data are transmitted through the communication channel. So depending upon depending upon the directions, we can classify our data flow into 3 categories, that is simplex, duplex, half duplex, and so on. So first of all, what is simplex data communication? In simplex data communication, data can only be sent in one direction all the time. Suppose, for example, I have two computers, one is a sender, one is a receiver. So in simplex mode, the flow of data always remains in one direction. If in this case data flows from sender to receiver, so throughout the lifespan the data only flows from the sender to receiver, and receiver won't be able to send data at any instance of time. The receiver, again I am repeating, the receiver won't be able to send data at any instance of time. Always throughout the lifespan, only the sender can send data and receiver can receive only the data. This is called simplex mode of data transmission. Example, bug bus. BOGWAS is an example of simplex communication. Or I can give you a simplex transmission is what the water pump in your house. So in the water pump there is always a unidirectional flow of water, that is from the water resource to your different taps, or what I can say that different points at your house where you can access the water. So it is always a unidirectional flow. That is an example of what simplex transmission. Then the next is what half duplex. In half duplex system of data transmission or mode of data transmission, we can send data in both directions, from sender to receiver and receiver to sender, but one at a time. That means what? Whenever sender is busy in sending some data to the receiver must kept idle. It only able to receive some data. Whereas when the sender finishes its transmission of data, and if the receiver have some data to send, then after completion of the transmission of data from sender to receiver, the receiver can start its transmission of data to sender. But simultaneously the sender and receiver cannot send data. So it is a half duplex mode of transmission. So it is quite clear that in half duplex mode of data transmission, only data can flow only one direction at a time, but at different instance of time data can be transferred in both directions. That means what? I can make it clear that at first instance data can be flow from sender to receiver. In the next instance, the data can be flow from receiver to sender. So it is a bidirectional but one at a time transmission of data. Next is full duplex mode. In full duplex mode of data transmission, the data can simultaneously flow from sender to receiver and receiver to sender. I have see I have forgotten to give an example of full duplex, half duplex communication. For example, a half duplex communication is a telephone communication through the landline mobiles. Once somebody is speaking, the receiver can only send some data after the first one completes its communication, or walkie-talkies also. In full duplex mode of data transmission, you can send data in both directions. It is sometimes accomplished by means of multiple requesting. So in full duplex mode of data transmission, data can only be sent in both directions simultaneously at a time. So these are the figures regarding simplex, half duplex and full duplex. You can see in simplex mode data always flows in one direction. In half duplex mode data can transfer in both directions but one at a time. In duplex mode, in full duplex mode or duplex mode, data can be sent in both directions simultaneously. So these are the three modes of data transmissions, and the rest of the chapters will cover in the next video. Thank you.